Yo, what is up, folks? MTG here, and today we're taking a look at completed Storm Herald combo in Pioneer Explorer on MTG Arena. Pioneer Masters has finally given us Burning Anger to complete the Storm Herald combo deck. If you're not familiar, Storm Herald, when it enters the battlefield, return any number of aura cards from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to creatures you control. Can be it, can be something else. Those auras get exiled at the beginning of your next end step. Storm Herald is then a 3/2 with haste. Classification: 7-mana enchantment. Obviously, the plan is to get this into the graveyard rather than cast it. Enters tapped enchanted creature, but the enchanted creature is +20/+20. We can get like Storm Herald back. Classification, however, taps the creature. We get like a 23 whatever, but it's tapped. It doesn't get to attack. But wait, Burning Anger is the last piece of the puzzle. Pioneer Masters has given us this onto Arena now, so we actually have the full combo deck. The creature gets tapped. This creature does damage because it's power to any target. So with this trigger on the stack, you simply tap the creature, deal damage to your opponent, and burn them for game. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Not to mention that this deck has also picked up some other sweet tools recently. So we have Storm Herald, we've got Burning Anger, we've got Classification. This is our combo. It involves getting Burning Anger and Classification into our graveyard, playing Storm Herald and bringing them back. To that end, we have some enablers. We've got Otherworldly Gaze, we've got Meteoric Secret Keeper, which can also be a creature that blocks or a creature that we can put the things onto. That is a little bit more durable than the Storm Herald, which only has 2 toughness itself. We have Ledger Shredder, which obviously when multi-spelling, you get to discard. We have Fear of Missing Out for a couple of copies here, in case for some reason you like the extra combat steps kind of irrelevant. The creature types and Delirium are actually pretty neat, and unless you have alternate ways to potentially win the game and beat down if need to. Fable of the Mirror Rake I want to skip to up here. Traditionally, been really good in the deck. Obviously, lets you discard and draw, and lets you chain through to try and get towards your Storm Herald as well, pretty nicely. And obviously, those is control decks is just a bunch of things that they have to kind of get through. Part of our plan B. However, new addition from Duskborn, we have Say Its Name and Altanak. Say Its Name helps us get the cards we want into our graveyard, mill 3 cards, then return a creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. Then it has this other ability on it: exile this card and 2 other cards codenamed Say Its Name from your graveyard to search your graveyard, hand, or library for a card named Altanak with thrice called, put it onto the battlefield. Altanak being this bad boy up here, 7 mana 9/9 with trample, becomes a target with spell or ability. You get to draw a card from your opponent, and then 1 in a green, you can discard it if it's in your hand to return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Hey, this gives us an extra plan C even. So plan A is obviously Storm Herald, bring the combo back to your opponent. Plan B, kind of play a fair game plan with Ledger Shredder and Fable, try and grind your opponent out. Plan C, get 3 copies of Say Its Name into your graveyard and grab Altanak into play. And then the Altanak, if your opponent doesn't deal with it, generally you're getting to draw a bunch of cards, is super nice. I mean, 9/9 as well is also just unanswerable for some decks. The last piece of the puzzle, I mentioned Delirium, we have Traverse the Overmold. We need to find our Storm Herald to be able to combo, and Traverse also helps us cheat on lands a little bit. We've got Otherworldly Gaze to kind of smooth our draws out, but search your library for basic land, reveal a bunch of your hand. But if you've got Delirium, which we have enchantments, it's a bit of graveyard. Generally you're looking enchantment, creature, land, sorcery instant. One of those 2 will get you to Delirium, and then Traverse tutors just for the Storm Herald. And also potentially in a weird scenario tutor for Fear of, but hey, this is where we're at the moment. Mana base, we are playing 3 colors. There's a Besaju here, there's an Ottawa in here. We are full of Rug lands. There will be a link in the description to the decklist if you want to copy that out rather than me going through it. We have a 1 mana Confluence and some Pain lands, just hey, 3 color mana base is awkward, but we have some basics to find just in case. I've been Field of Ruin a lot recently, actually. We're going to hop into some best of 1 ranked matches. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. It helps me out a ton. All the algorithm stuff, sharing the video around to people you think might be interested. Let me know if you're interested in the deck list, if you want to see more of this, or what else you want to see with Pioneer Masters. Let's infinite tier 2 decks now, kind of unleash onto Arena. I'm just kind of making my way through, but if there's anything particular you're looking for, let me know in the comments as well. With that being said, let's get into some matches. Alright, first match here with the deck. We have Altanak in hand. Traverse is kind of awkward here, but we have some ways to kind of get it online. The double classification isn't a great starter, though. I think we can do better than this. It's just a little awkward. We have effectively 2 spells, but then the sequencing here is bad. We need classification in our graveyard. We don't have a way to mill it without having to grab 1. You're on the side, suggest something slow, because you might be able to assemble a combo. We have what? Say Its Name. This could get Delirium online for us. We also have the ramp here to get to third land. We should need to find a way to discard. I'm gonna put this back. That's a bit long to think about. We had double learning anger, but here at least we can put one of them on the bottom. And then, I mean, putting one on the bottom of the library doesn't help us, we can't shuffle. But we have Fable to discard, and we have your Keeper for early. Sure, we'll roll with it. We can kind of discard our combo stuff. To that end, we maybe don't want to Secret Keeper right now. I don't necessarily want to... well, we can hit some relevant... Yeah. I'm yet to play this like a ton, I can say as well. This like helps us get towards like Altanak stuff. Basically, like if we mill like a creature that's important into a graveyard, we can get Delirium online for Traverse later on. All that kind of things. Should be in a reasonable position. I kind of regret not keeping our 7, but it was really awkward with the double classification. Kind of looking already like a mull. Again, like kind of just like as it was. So this is kind of fine. We draw a third land. We will put the Secret Keeper into play. From their side, this is a Yorion deck. This is likely to have great interaction. Okay, potentially Niv. That's what things look to be leaning towards. We'll hodl the Ottawara. We'll make the Fable. And we'll say go. So this is like one of those like window things where, hey, if we draw Storm Herald here, we potentially always win the game. It depends how our opponent decides to interact with us. So the minute they have, I think this is a Taurus, so Jund and White. And like Leyline Binding's costing 2 mana. What our ad drop is, and if they tap out here, maybe we can like draw towards Storm Herald, get a combo. We will be discarding these so that we have them in our graveyard. Generally, casting Burning Anger on a creature you control is not great. Yeah, interesting. Do they have an untapped land? They're gonna pay? Oh, but they're gonna carry it. Okay. Oh, we got Traverse, which is big. So we have Creature Enchantment. Creature Enchantment. The problem is we can't get a land. So the I'm trying to work out how we can get this Traverse going. Discarding one land to get one type isn't really going to help us. I think we just discard these and try and draw to stuff. So like I said, we already have a Burning Anger in graveyard. Maybe do this. I kind of like this idea. At least gets us towards the Traverse being online. Okay, we drew stuff here. We'll pass. Yeah, we're missing like instant sorcery because these aren't actual instants. If we hit like another Traverse, then we're kind of in the money. But as is, we are cluster. Yeah, I mean, drawing double spiral canal is never going to guess that. But hey. Burning Anger, also not the greatest on my Secret Keeper. It's worth noticing this point as well, like, hey, oh wait, classification does lock us out of like Gigantha, which is like sort of relevant, but like it would be nice. But from our perspective, it looks like they're playing Niv to Light. They're probably thinking about a Bring Slot here. Okay, they're going to drop an Invis instead. This is an interesting one. They're going to have interaction for our combo next turn. Ooh, we drew the Storm Herald. That is good for us. Alright. I, for science, I'm going to cast this without going into full control to see if it still gives us the option. I'll put them on here. Okay, good to know that it does not do that. I don't think we're going to get to live very long. It would be really, really cool. Oh, Pillage's Bog is so sweet in this deck. So obviously the game's going like you just get to see you get to like look at the top 12 basically like demonic tutor here. Yeah. I understand this was silly. I just wanted to know for science if it would give you the option to tap or not. It did not. Now we know. This is funny. Okay. They're gonna see like say its name stuff in our hand and be like, what is going on? Oh, they're gonna take classifications out. We are gonna lose this name to them, but we've had our comeback stuff. I'm gonna skip this up. But we did for science find out that you do need to use full control in order to use the combo. Okay, we do a little bit of trolling. You'd think I would work that out before the video, but we're kind of doing it live over here. This is a pretty solid hand. We have to say its name. Secret Keeper, Ledger Shredder to get going. We'll go ahead and keep this. Yeah. To be fair, I was D40 LP. Like, we just hit diamond. So I didn't really lose anything for it. But I think it is fun to demonstrate. I was going to lean towards, yeah, we absolutely do need to. And then I was like, well, I don't know that for sure. Might as well find out, right? I'm going to leave Secret Keeper here. If nothing else, like we have set its name. Actually, that's both combo parts into our graveyard, so now we know that. We're at 2 types out of 4 traverse. This won't always hit, just so we're on the same page. An edging start means like, hey, depending on the red-green version here, like a Taka red. I wonder. Oh golly, burning tree into what? We now have. Oh, I need to do a new Taka red video. We finally have Reckless Bushwhacker. For the like really explosive starts. Which is like pretty cool for the deck, but really bad for us right now. We want to some stuff into play. Smile, 5, 6, 7 plus stuff. Yeah, like this. Plus target's command is currently lethal, so we need to put a creature into play. We also can't really afford to block with a creature. Tough. Do we A, play Ledger Shredder? Or B, play Secret Keeper and pray that we draw and pray that we draw Storm Herald next turn. Or C, say its name and hope they have nothing. So 7, 6, let's find 6 damage. Target's command gets there. This gets us 3 cards of a look. I think this is our best bet. If we're doing this, we should also cast the Traverse, just to thin our deck. We'll grab the basic island. Yeah. I think there's no way they can't 5/6 damage. I mean, there's a way they can't 5/6 damage, but the deck is built to find 6 damage. Is the issue. This will block the emissary. Show me the target's command just so I can be like feel validated by not just casting say its name. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. If they have a monstrous rage, that's puts us to 1. They do. Yeah, see, we're dead if we played the Ledger Shredder as well. We didn't draw into it. Is there a cast Altanak angle here? I'm gonna shredder ourselves just in case we can put Altanak into play. Not like that for sure. And we wouldn't have found the Storm Herald with its name either. That's a tough one. All right, we'll scoop that up. All right, counting the for science loss as a win, and then obviously the Taka red deck is sweet. So that is some new stuff. We are 1-1. First, we have the Shredder. We have 3 lands already. We do need a red source. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this. There's a couple of things here. Opponent's on blue-white control most likely, given they're playing Kahira. There's a slight chance they're on cats. There's a cat deck. I'm gonna feature it at some point soon. I'm just gonna fire off this Traverse, try and get our Delirium online as fast as possible. I'll grab the mountain because we don't have a red source. All right. I don't want to have to lottery one form later. Ideally, that means we get to use the So if we play the FOMO, we're like instantly discarding this Burning Anger. I kind of like the idea of playing Shredder out, kind of concealing what we're doing exactly for the time being. They currently have no information. They know we're playing Rug and Shredder. They're very, very well informed. They might know that we're on this kind of stuff, but we shall see. Expecting whatever we cast here to get normalized. I don't necessarily want to run the Fable out. Playing like Fear of Missing Out here kind of puts like a temptation on them to temporary lockdown, which lets us then get the Fable in play. If they have an Immortalize, which is, or another 2-mana counter spell, which is very unlikely, rather than to catch this on the Fable, yeah, sure. No problem. The only like other thing to consider here is that we have the Ottawara if we have to play it, and we could potentially have double spelled if we cast the Fable this turn, and then go and say its name plus Fear of Mixing Out this turn. But I feel kind of okay with that. I will play the Ottawara out here. I think that I'm going to cast this Fable in my first main phase. That's going to resolve. I'm going to attack him with a Shredder. They're on 3 lands. This is kind of totally reasonable. I'm going to Otherworldly Gaze now to get the Shredder trigger. Discard this Burning Anger. We're missing classification right now. Extra copy of Storm Herald to hand is more than welcome. I think. Does show Altanak, but I think that's kind of okay. We have like reasonable stuff going on in play right now. Hey. I'm gonna stop my upkeep. You might want Otherworldly Gaze. We've got the Storm Herald on top. They're gonna have Verdict here. So drawing Storm's Herald. And what's the play? Are we going? We can use say its name to recycle the Shredder. I kind of like that idea. They don't know about either of these yet. But then we're not discard. I'm declining on this, but like intentionally. So, yeah. We got the Shredder back. Like the ramp isn't really going to do anything for us. We should put this back into play. And this time we'll have a stop on our upkeep. We've got the Fable coming back. This like, hey, fine, you answer stuff. Importantly, like there's no interaction to like counter the say its name stuff. We have one in our graveyard currently, which is not very many, but you can try and find some more. You can also look for a land here, so we can go like Otherworldly Gaze into Storm Herald here. Obviously looking to try and put classification in our graveyard. One note here. Oh, they're main phasing a Memory Deluge. Alright, so we're going to try and find combo stuff. I'm going to try and find a lethal combo. So I want to go colorless Otherworldly Gaze on upkeep. Resolve this. Better. I'm gonna bin this. Try and get further through our deck. Draw. Drawing into an untap land. We can play this and this, but they're gonna likely try and get rid of this anyway. So I think we just go that here. Yeah, we've not hit the classification part of the combo, which is a little awkward. Like having seen the Burning Angers, they should know that's up point. They have a bit more mana to interact. They did have to Memory Deluge to find lands last turn. At least good for us. I will play this first, and then we will go green, blue. Its name. Now they do have some kind of interaction here. It's 1, 2, 3. You put pulling one of these back to hand. 2 of 3 say its names right now. No, we have 3. So we milled one and we cast one. Yeah, that's pretty good, huh? Okay, I'm gonna do this thing. We'll bring the Altanak back from the graveyard. I will search graveyard here, put the attack into play. And I'm just going to pass. Okay, here's the thing. I need you to cast your artifact, otherwise this is hard to deal with. Other side of it is that if they target it with a spell or ability, we draw cards. Let's have a pretty clear answer anyway, but if they like get lost and we get to draw cards, and then we get to go Shredder into Storm Herald and do some stuff, then that's also fine. And if we sequence in this way as well, oh, they're going to farewell here. Oh. Well, that's rude. How many Burning Angers did we lose? 1, 2, 3. There's one left in the deck. There is an argument to do this in this order. I then don't have a thing I want to discard to Ledger Shredder, but they're on 40. I think getting Parent Office into play is fine. I think this is better than like trying to gamble that we hit combo here. We did find the extra Burning Anger though. That's a nice little bit of reassurance because we didn't have that. I'm going to submit 0 here. You don't want that Burning Anger coming back and getting exiled. We still have Secret Keeper plus Storm Herald. And again, like, hey, they're on 11, they've got a bunch of lands in play, but they do still kind of need to deal with this board before anything. We can also maybe get some Ledger Shredder triggers here. So classification-wise, we did exile. This is 0 copies. Yeah. That's like, I guess the best case scenario is that they farewell us, and then we have into natural into the 4th Burning Anger. Off the Ledger Shredders looks pretty nice. Our opponents struggle a little bit here. Like, obviously, the Memory Deluge, like having to main phase that on turn 4 was not great for them. Or turn 5, sorry. Okay. We have, like, Wandering Emperor. One kind of nice thing about this combo is that we can do it post-combat. Like, if they had, like, a Wandering Emperor here. Yeah, there we go. If they have a Wandering Emperor plus no more lies, it's, like, pretty open. We're not going to get great timing windows for this. So I'm going to try and hit a classification here. We hit an extra copy of Storm Herald. It looks like they maybe do have interaction as well. It's tough. We're going to try and hit combo. We draw. We discard. Okay, so I'm going to hit full control. I'm going to cast the Storm Herald. And it's going to get normalized. Unless they have a removal spell. They have the removal spell. That's an exile stuff from hand, but that gets bigger. We had to go for it. It was likely they had a combo. Okay, how many Storm Heralds do we have left? We won one. Yeah, we're gonna submit 0, but yeah. Alright, and then end turn. We do still have Storm Herald in the deck. They're gonna exile that away. I'll cast one of the Keepers. I'm not gonna play Wrath in a minute. They have 3 cards left. They don't have Deluge to flashback because they exiled it. And now they will have a Deluge to flashback. They still have the clue here. This is a tricky one. The like Altanak package does take away some potential interaction slots. You can have things like Spell Pierce, which make you a little better in this kind of matchup. It's still very tricky. Other one of the gaze is a weird one. I'm gonna say go here. They have a ton of cards. They get to flash. Actually, okay. They're gonna Wandering Emperor rather than flashback them at Deluge. That says to me they probably have quite a lot of answers, but we can still do our best. It means at least this turn they're not going to flash it back a full thing. They can now potentially hit like no more lines off of it. Awkward. Okay, we're gonna otherly gaze on their end step. That finds Storm Herald and also finds Fable. Fable's not gonna find like the Storm Herald. We're not gonna get a better window than right now. They're not gonna be tapped out. Just kind of how it is. We'll leave these on top. Things aren't really getting better than they are right now. We'll play our land first, and we'll cast the Storm Herald. This way we can pay for no more lies. Oh, full control. All right. You have to be really careful with full control. It unfortunately is very awkward in that if you did not have priority when you like took an action, it may not give you priority back until after things that would happen after this action is completed, it's completed. So if you, for example, on your opponent's end step while effective resolving, set a stop on your upkeep, it's likely to just run straight through the stop and go to your draw step. It's not great, but it is fun. So we might just like flop here as well. Okay. It seems like we're okay. So this ability, we're going to put both of these on the Secret Keeper. We will target our opponent. They have a way to give themselves hexproof. They have a way to prevent the ability. Maybe they thought there was an interaction point where they could deal with this. But if not, then they yeah, so they can exile. Oh, the classification is pretty sick. Yeah, I was not ready for that. Okay. We had no Storm Heralds left. We got a Fable on top that we're drawing towards. I'm gonna put this into play. We're not gonna attack with this. This like helps to stonewall this stuff. They still kind of need to do some work. Sure. No attacks. Go ahead. That gets exiled. We're kind of back to everything. So we have a classification in our graveyard. We have no more Burning Angers, which means the classifications don't really do anything. We can almost cast them from hand. This will happen. In terms of Ledger Shredders, we had one exiled, one FOMO exiled. Like, we still have some stuff left on our deck, and they are, like, lower on resources. I'm going to cast one of these now. Obviously, no, the Fable's there. We'll keep the Shredder. I'm going to put the Spy Buff Canal into our graveyard. I'm going to try to filter our draws a little bit. I'll go ahead and cast this. This time, though, I'm not going to otherwise gaze on upkeep, because we can use it to trigger the Ledger Shredder straight away. For better or worse? The other thing that's kind of like unspoken here is that it doesn't really matter. We've exiled all our Burning Angers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Played it like a set. We've played it like a set. Now they have Arden Veil, which is gonna be tough for us to grind through with like fair stuff. It might be that we need like another Fable, or who knows what to get through. They have Portable Holflet Token. Sure. I'm just going to take 4 here. I'm not going to discard. We're not going to do that. The Cash Shredder. I'm just going to main phase this to try and get an extra counter on. It's the only real threat we have left right now. Okay, we get a Slab Buff Canal in the graveyard. That's also valuable. Alright, there's one more Its Name here. This classification can do something. We need cards to do it with. So if we sequence this way around, we'll get this into play, discard, and then draw into Say Its Name. We'll then be able to return a creature. So that should be fine. We're actually fine with that. And the classification here, when you cast it, might be more useful in theory. The problem is that they're going to see a bunch more cards, try and find a way to finish us off. In terms of our opponent's stuff, because we have lots of other things. So we've got Double March, the Farewell there, 2 Verdicts. Teferi, also a problem. But not impossible to deal with. Oh, Narset's actually really good here. Yeah, that's forced. Really? Kind of interesting. Oh, that's a Shard Typhoon. They're the man to cast it? Not right now. Okay, so the minute they don't have interaction for our flying stuff, it's gonna be hard for us to keep cards on hand. This is Ono blocks once again. They're on 11. So we have Reflection. We have Ledger Shredder. Let me mill through the classification here. Oh no, because we don't get to draw, so it doesn't even get milled through. Do you have anything else we can get back here? We can get back, and like, so we die to the. Do we have the Seiju? Excuse me. Seiju exiled. No, I'm really worried about the. All right, we're gonna cast say its name here. And yeah, this could get counted too. Never forget. I actually hit Beseiji. That's relevant, but really awkward here still. I'll get FOMO. I have to hope that they don't have another whatever, right? Like, these things are gonna happen. We don't get to draw because of Narset, we just discard. They're gonna normalize this, which is valid. Whatever this attack is getting exiled by the Wandering Emperor. Oh, this is just so Jova. Yeah. Right, it's been a really long match. We tried our best to go through the combo here. We're going to lose the Shard Typhoon. We don't have really any actions here we can take, so we're going to scoop it up. The fear of missing out would have let us kill the Wandering Emperor with the Ledger Shredder. Actually, it wouldn't. It needs to be attacking to get the trigger. But, like, potentially we get it with the Reflection. With it gone, we're done, I think. That was a pretty long game. Hopefully it was at least interesting. Like, see me try and play around all the blue-white control stuff. Was pretty awkward the time-wise. But here we have Double Secret Keeper with Storm Herald. Which means we potentially can just hit combo. We've not had... I guess we had a straightforward combo game in game 1. But obviously we went for the no full control gambit, which didn't work out. Nice run to right. We drew second classification. I might just be cursed. I don't think you can mulligan this hand. For what it's worth. We did hit another one into our graveyard, to be fair. So there's no complaints there. Ralgan Triome. We generally think like Quintorius, but generally that plays a companion. I will go ahead and Secret Keeper again here. So if we hit the combo, if we hit Burning Anger, which we do, I'm going to put one of these into play. The reason being just so we have another target to put auras on. Oh, golly. That's dangerous. This looks to be Quintorius combo, which was my initial guess. It could still not be, but generally that deck will play this kind of effect to try and get ahead. So we're going to try one of these. Let's not do the thing. We're going to go into full control here. Make sure it's on. Cast a Storm Herald. We don't know for sure that this is Quintorius combo, but we think it is. Alright. I'm going to put the auras here onto the Secret Keeper. You then have a trigger. This will try and target, and we see if they have like a Beseiju or something like that to get rid of the classification. If they do not, we get the combo. Alright. 20-minute game into a 2-minute game. Love that. Alright, feels good to go. So we're 2-2 now. Yeah, it was Quintorius combo, I think. The kind of like, hey, you cast Quintorius, chain through your deck, casting clones with the Discover ability to then go through again and again and again, but then you cast it from exile, you Lightning Helix your opponent each time until they die. This hand, we have both of these. We have a Say Its Name, we have a Storm Herald. No combo, but one like enabler. This is kind of tempting, so if we draw into a discard outlet, we can also dump these. I'm going to go ahead and keep this, but it's awkward. Notably, we also have 2 pain lands that can hurt opponents on the play as well, I believe. But we have like the combo. We have combo access at least. We have combo. Oh golly. Which is interesting. They have like limited interaction for us, and that they can interact with the instants of sorceries in our deck. But they don't have great interaction for Storm Herald itself. Oh, Shackle Geist like a hard counter, maybe. Maybe spoke too soon. I'm gonna go ahead and finish missing out. I will discard the classification. Yeah. Alright. So this, you can tap 2 untapped spirits you control to tap target creature you don't control. If they have 2 untapped spirits, they can tap our creature in response to us going Storm Herald. That is a problem. That is a problem. They do need to leave untapped creatures to do that. That is our 1 saving grace. I'm gonna say its name here. Blue's the only color that really matters here. I guess there's Burning Anger. We'll get. I mean, we mill 2 Storm Heralds. We'll get 1 back. We basically need to hope that they don't have interaction for Storm Herald, and then we can potentially win the game. However, if they are savvy and know that they can just keep 2 spirits up and just invalidate our entire combo, that is fine. We're on 14 as well. If they like double Lord here, do we just lose? Alright, they got 2 mana. So we have to hope that neither of those cards in hand, that 1 card in hand, is not an interaction spell. What do they got? Do you have a counter? They're holding priority, so I imagine so. Yeah. the fastest loss to denial, it should be in the west. And we are dead to spirits. Okay. Fair. Fair. 1 more for the road. We'll keep this. We have Fable to kind of get us there. This will find the extra land. Also, hopefully mean we're not taking infinite damage off our mana base. Go ahead and run this out. With the classification, half of our combo and a way to discard, so we'll try and hope that carries us through. Valgrim Triumph into Cave of the Frost Dragon. I have no idea what we're playing against. These 2 cards are not in the same deck very often at all, and this is not. Yeah. Yep. No clue whatsoever. All right. Spy with counterplay. The cave in particular is just the thing that's throwing me. It should be like some kind of. Yeah, I don't. Oh golly. What are we up to? That grabs teachings. You have to have 2 fewer cards than your opponent? Okay, nice. So the land drop lets them get there. We could discard to hand size, but we've got Fable plus value. I wonder if they know from the. I have a few questions actually. I'm gonna set an upkeep because you might want to use this. We're gonna do it on end step and then see what happens. 5 mana. I wonder. Revelry. Yeah. I'm like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, right, they drew into it. They want to get rid of this. They drew into temporal lockdown. Some of the sequencing, I'm like, huh, what is happening? But yeah, this makes sense. We'll roll this out. So what we got? Classification to graveyard gives a lot of information away. We have mana to potentially. Okay, so we have Otherworldly Gaze on upkeep. We have Storm Herald firstly. We've been Orderlies. I'm gonna try and find combo this time. We have an untapped land here. So upkeep, we're gonna flash this back. So blue here. We have a lot of looks at least. I'm gonna put all these in the graveyard. We can draw. Then we have a Fable trigger. Discard these two. Untap land. Full control. Alright, we at least get to end with a combo finish. Go ahead and target across. Yeah, I'm like, this deck is probably some really cool stuff. But, we actually get that today. Oh, hey. Alright. See you in the post game. Okay, an incredible 3-3 performance. Yeah. Some rough games, some rough mulligans. Again, what I was trying to say, like in one of the last videos, like the deck can mulligan like into like combo stuff, and having like a combo to go for means that you should sometimes like put back sevens that you would normally keep because it looks like okay, like double ledger shredder or whatever, when you just don't have a way to enable it. But yeah, it's an interesting deck to play. It's definitely an off the beaten path deck as well. Occasionally does like well because of that in some like pioneer, in some like challenges or leagues and things. The deck is super sweet, and now totally playable on Arena. Sideboard wise, like you've got things like Spell Pierce, like obviously your opponent's going to try and interact with your combo. Unfortunately, this is vulnerable to the graveyard. Hate, which makes it a bit of an awkward spot because it's like sharing hate space with like Phoenix and other things. For like to be like a really dominant deck in the format. Obviously Phoenix, you have all the interaction as well, which is the best bit. Obviously you got like, you can board into more interaction things for like red removal spells, answers to like artifact enchantment hate, and the best bit, alternate threats, so you're not completely reliant on the combo as well. But hey, deck is really fun. Would definitely recommend trying it out. You are going to be burning Anger and Classification wildcards if you don't already have them, which you will use absolutely nowhere else, almost certainly. There was a point where you used Burning Anger as a win condition in Jeskai Ascendancy combo, but that was like when it was in Standard even, maybe? Back in like 20... Yeah, back a very long time ago. Anyway, it's around. It's a thing. With that being said, again, deck is super fun. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Again, yeah, share it around if you know anybody's interested in the video. All that kind of stuff. Helps me out a bunch. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace out. Oh, and let me know what you want to see next. Trying to feature like as many kind of off the wall things as possible. So there's a bunch of new cards to Pioneer, and so super excited to do some wacky stuff.